All right, let's begin. Now, first we'll do this as the man. These are the steps, then we will do the footwork. Okay, so find your line of dance. This will be your line of dance. And gentlemen, you're going to be going back with your left foot first, straight back, left foot back, right foot to the side, close your feet together, and then take your right foot side and slightly forward. That's very, very important. Then with the left foot, you're going to lock, lock, then unlock and lower, step outside your partner at the end. Okay, so that's an important thing to understand, stepping outside your partner at the end, but also knowing your forward and backward locks, fundamentals. I have another video on this channel that will show you the quick step forward and backward locks in more detail, so I won't spend time on that. I'll spend time on the Tipple Chasse today. Okay, so gentlemen, let's do that again. So we go back, point, close, and then point again. Now, as we're doing that, we're going into the lock at the end. Lock, and then come down. Okay, hopefully you could see that. That was a weird angle. Anyways, ladies, let's do your steps, okay? So you're going forward on the right foot, right? There's your line of dance. So you go forward on the right foot. Step to the side with the left foot. Close your feet together. Then take your left foot side and slightly back. Then take the next movement into a backward lock, staying up. Make sure you check out the footwork in the next part of this video. And then we come down. Now, there's two things I want to mention. Make sure when you lock that you lock not in a directly straight line, but once your feet cross as the man or lady, so that's the man, that we come out diagonally. Okay, that's important. Ladies, if you lock backwards, right, you cross, and then of course you're coming out diagonal at the end, so the partner can step outside you. All right, so you need to provide that little bit of room. All right, combined with footwork is always the steps, and the steps with the footwork. These two are interchangeable. Okay, so let's look at the footwork. I'll do this directly towards you. This will be the man first, so gentlemen. We're gonna go back with the left foot, toe, heel, then with the right foot, toe, then close on both toes, then take the right foot on the toe. Staying on the toes, we go into the lock. Toe, then toe, heel, and then heel at the end. All right, so let's do that one more time as the man. All right, I'll get nice and close, here we go. So, toe, heel, toe, staying up. The knees can flex a little bit, we'll talk about that at the end. Then lock, toe, heel, heel. Now ladies, let's do your steps, okay? So, forward, ready ladies? I was just having a little moment there, just to myself. Ladies, forward on the right foot, ready? So, heel, toe, then toe. Don't lower that heel until I tell you at the end why. And then lock, toe, heel, and then a heel. All right, now I'm gonna dance that one towards you as a lady. So ladies, you forward on the right foot again. So heel, toe, then toe, softening the knees a little bit, then lock. Toe, heel, and then go back, toe. All right, so gentlemen, let's do your one. Coming towards you, you start on the backward half. So you're going toe, heel, toe, then toe, heel. Okay? So the rhythm count. Nice and easy, this one. It stays the same pretty much all the way through until you do what I'm going to suggest at the end, which is the pepper pot, right? This is a nice way to change up the locking part at the end. Okay, so we count. Slow for the first step, all right? So this is for the gentleman. You're going back on the left foot and you're going slow, then quick, close quick, then forward. This is a slow count, even though you're not lowering the heel. Now take your left foot forward for the lock. Quick, slow, and then slow. All right, so now, ladies, let's do your step. Here we go. Forward on the right foot and slow. Then quick, slow. And again, don't lower that heel. Quick, slow, and then slow. So you try counting that. Slow. Quick, slow. Quick, slow. Right? So one more time. Gentlemen, let's go. And ready? You're going back. Slow. Quick, slow. Quick, slow. Then ladies, you come forward and slow. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. Slow. Hit the wall. That's the way to do it. This step moves a lot. I want to thank you for being here. By the way, if you haven't already, checked out Ballroom Mastery Access. This is a membership where each month I coach you personally. Plus, I also have a library of over 500 lessons that have detail on every ballroom and Latin syllabus step. Come and join me. It's like, the way to think of this is not just lessons one after the other. It's a total resource library that most people use in conjunction with their lessons, or they use in conjunction with their coach. Or if they don't have a coach, I become their coach. So if you get stuck on a step, you'll get the detailed nitty-gritty of what not to do, what to do on every step, plus how they connect. So if you actually want to learn to dance properly, you can connect the steps yourself as an avid dancer. That's a very important thing. I don't think you should just learn routines in dance. I think you should understand how all these steps come together to become a beautiful dancer. Plus, there's a community, right, to help with your mindset, to track your progress. It's really awesome. It's very inexpensive. I made it affordable to most dancers everywhere. And it's a wonderful, I suppose, partnering or pairing with your current lessons. So check out the link below. All right, so. I left that in the corner. That was awesome. All right, so here's some bonus things I want to talk to you about. Thank you for staying with me. The question at the beginning was, how many Tipple Chasses do you know, right? Does anyone understand this? Yeah, good. Again, why not lower the heel as a lady? Sophia, I'm going to talk to you about that, and I'm so glad you asked. Let's just say this. There are 3 main Tipple Chasses to right. Now, you can also do a Tipple Chasse to the left, and of course, then we have what we call tipsies to the left and right, which are more advanced and a different type of figure, okay? They're related. I call them, they're like cousins, okay? They're cousins that come to each other's barbecues. So we're talking about the Tipple Chasse to the right, all right? Now, there's a reason we don't lower it, but we do lower it on one aspect of these Tipple Chasses. So I said there's 3 versions that are fundamental. There's really a 4th. So let's say there's 4 in total. The one that we're teaching today is around a corner. So we have to think about dancing as you get to a corner of a room, and then of course you have to come around and dance in the new line of dance. That's the terminology, the new line of dance. So if you're new to dancing, you have to imagine that you've got a rectangle on the floor, you divide it down the middle, and we go anti-clockwise, right? So all routines are zigzagging. They're going to the center, and then they're going out to the corners. That's sort of how they work, like that. And then you turn a corner, and you go across the floor, turn a corner, go down the floor, turn the corner, right? So we don't actually go right across each corner of the room. We go to the center and out. Now that's important because the terminology is along the side of a room or at a corner. That's how you have to think. Along the side of a room or at a corner. And all that changes is the amounts of turn we do when we're going between the two. So let me give you a demonstration. So, and you'll see this play out real quick. So if I'm, okay, so let's use this as my space, right? So I'm gonna keep this easy to follow. That will be my line of dance, okay? So I'm going all the way down. Then I need to turn a corner. And you have to imagine now that this side of the floor hits my neighbor, right? It just keeps going, right? So my room is much bigger. So essentially, my Tipple Chasse is going there. I'm doing 3/8 of a turn. Now, this no longer exists. I'm now dancing across my new line of dance. This angle is called diagonal to wall. Now, if you don't understand these terminologies, it's one of the reasons why you should be in my program to understand these ideas. But fundamentally, you now create the locking action this way, all right? And there's no need to put the heel down because the weight transfers into that leg and you can soften into it to go into a lock, all right? Or you can pop out of it and do a pepper pot. The point is that that's at a corner, all right? So we're turning the corner using this first one. That's sort of the fundamental one, all right? There's 3/8 of a turn, all right? So 3 pieces of pizza. That's how you have to think about it, okay? Now, the next one is at the side of a room. So if we're doing the side of a room, it means that, well, we need to continue going down the line of dance, right? There's no corner. So again, here is my line, right that way, okay? Now what I'll do on my first step, okay, as a man, is I'll have to start diagonal to wall. So I'll take my left foot underneath the body, that's in CBMP. Then I'll take my right foot and point it down the line of dance. So I've already created 3/8 of a turn, a huge amount more than the same amount as the corner. Now as I close, I've got to come out, right? So now as I come out diagonal to wall. So I've made half a turn. So if I go along the room, I do half a turn. Now I continue with my lock diagonal to wall. An easy way to remember this is if you understand the alignment diagonal to wall, the locks come out that way, whichever one you do, okay? All that's happening is to continue down the room, I need to make a bit more turn, all right? That's the sort of idea there. Okay, so we've done at a corner, which is the demonstration today, and we've done along the side of a room. Now, what are the other two? Good question, Sophia. Good question, everyone. What are the other two? Okay, these are the important ones. This is where your heel will lower, right? So this is called an underturned Tipple Chasse to right. So what this means is, and we can do this around the corner or along the side of the room. So that's why this is 3, 4 of the versions, right? So if I go around a corner and I want to underturn it, the check is what comes into play. Now, a checking action is when you're going to lower very strongly into the heel and the knees come inward, right? So just try this with me if you're still following with me. The knees come in, right, like that. And that's called veering inwards. Now, when that happens, my body can then do something called broken sway. So if you're trying this at home, as the man, I'm on my right leg, I'm going to just put the heel down, put my arms up, I'm going to sway from my hips only. That's called a broken sway, right? So sway, normally your whole body is on the inside of a turn. Broken sway means I'm going to the outside of a turn. It's broken, it's unusual, right? Now, ladies, you would do this. You'd be on your left foot, okay, at the end of the Tipple Chasse, and you would be having a slight broken sway to the left. You don't have to, but that's where you would be. So let's put this into practice, okay? So I'm going around a corner, and I'm going forward on my right foot as the man, back on the left foot as the man. So I'm doing the same amounts of turn, but here, I now close my feet and no more turn. Rather than coming out here, diagonal to wall, I step to the side, not forwards, side, and I put that heel right down. Now here's where that check happens, and here's where that broken sway to the right happens. Now at that point, I go diagonally forward, diagonal to center, and I can now create my lock, right, and continue into the sunset, into a reverse figure, like the quick open reverse or the fishtail, okay? So what happened? It's the check. If you look at my feet, when I get to this point, side close, I lower, boom, that's where the knee comes in. I've got the inside edge of my left toe, my heel is flat on my right leg, and I've swayed. That will, like a handbrake, stop the lady, then I can change my alignment. I'm drastically changing the alignment, by the way. So that is not a small amount of turn. There's a big change from diagonal to wall to diagonal to center. And again, this is how you want to think in ballroom dancing. Alignments are how we navigate. It's like a compass, right? And so you want your own little GPS. That's the idea of alignment. You want to know where you're going. So ladies, what do you do? Okay, so you're going forward, right foot forward. You take a side step here, okay? You close like normal. But instead of going side and back, you now just go sideways, lower the heel, bend the knees inward, break the sway to the left, and now you're right to take this step diagonally that way. See, diagonal to center. I can now lock, and of course, as you lock, I'm going to make mention of this, because you've lowered, you will pull that heel to a toe. All right, that's very important. Watch my video on forward locks. People miss that one all the time. So I'll go there, I'll pull the heel to a toe, and now I continue on with a reverse figure. Okay, so what's happened there? First one, let's just backtrack. First one goes around a corner and I lock. No need to lower the heel on the actual end of that tipple. Second one's along the side of a room, starts on a different alignment, and then I make more turn, half a turn, continue, and then we underturn, right? So if I come around a corner, off I go, boom, bum, bum, check, then lock this way. All right, now I can also do that one along the side of the room. I know that might sound a bit confusing. You're gonna need to watch this again. I like to teach dance, not just like demonstrate and show quality dancing, okay? So it's important you know your technique. Okay, does that help answer your question? Thank you very much for the actual question itself. It was very, very good. So part of that, so does the broken sway only happen in combination with the check? Love your question. Yes, it does. In fact, if you look in the technique book, the sway is nil. It's none when you do the tipple. Now, it doesn't mean it's wrong if you do it, but what you're trying to avoid is sort of like this dipping action on the Tipple Chasse. Right? And by the way, I did this wrong for a long time, yeah? So until I started teaching, you know, and our studio's been around now for 10 years. We've done, I think we counted over 16,000 classes. We've had thousands of students come through. There was a while I was going really wrong with a lot of this, yeah? And I was always looking at the technique book, but you miss things, you know, because you think, oh, I should do this. Because I was always checking my foot no matter what. Therefore, I was always doing broken sway. So no matter which one I did, I was doing that check and broken sway, okay? And I always wondered why it didn't have a nice continuation, you know? And so when I looked deeper into this and I started to study and teach more and really take it seriously, I was like, wait a minute. It says no sway. No sway. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I guess we're not swinging, right? Because swing belongs to sway, so you understand. As a general rule, it's what balances your swing and your turn. Well, broken sway is the opposite of that. It's like you don't need to balance a turn, but it aids in the lady being able to follow a lead, right? And so the answer is yes. When you check that leg, boom, down and inward, that makes sense to have a bit of a change, because when you'll see it with Brittany in the demo I'm about to do, we do one of them with a bit of a check, and it allows her to then be able to follow me in a different direction very, very easily, okay? Now, in other words, when you're doing it without that check, you're gonna feel staying on the toes, you soften the knees a little bit, yeah? And that just helps a nice feeling of continuation into the next lock. It's the way I prefer to dance it. I know there's other ways that people dance it, but it's what I found gets the best success, okay? I really appreciate your question. It's a wonderful insight. It's actually a very good question. So obviously you're a keen dancer and you know a bit about what you're talking about. So thank you for asking such a good question. And I appreciate everyone being here. So visit ballroommastery.tv/access. There is so much crazy, awesome content in that. I mean, it's ludicrous. If you like the hundreds of videos we put on YouTube, you will love the 1,000+ videos that are up in this library. It's ridiculous. But each one is like linked to the other. They all help each other, right? I'm there for you. Boom, let's dance. Anyways, thanks for being here. Check out these demos on how to use the Tipple Chasse to right, and also the pepper pot that we did last time as well.